this number.
Warning, the following show contains conservative posturing, radical Christian ideas, and may offend pagans, Wiccans, Islamic fundamentalists, and other unenlightened individuals. Callers and guests may be subjected to brash and offensive comments by the hosts and any other type of bullying tactics available. But that's okay. We know why you're here.
This concludes this test of the emergency broadcast system.
Tonight is April 26th, 2009.
Hello, hello. Welcome one and welcome all to World of the Unexplained with J. Scott and Big D.
How's it going, fellas?
Tonight, Trent is no longer with us again.
Yeah.
He had some big paper to write or something. He's been working on it all week.
You got me, man.
We got the Chuckster, Chuckamania in the house.
Chuck.
And I got an email about you a few weeks ago. I think it was Chuck. Actually, someone was talking about, man, you got to get more Chuck in the show. I'm not kidding you. They love some Chuck. I turned them on to the other show that we do, and they were like, send me an email back. Thanks so much. Because then they had a show. Y'all can all check it out, thirdrailradio.com. It's a political talk show that Chuck and I do on Wednesday nights. But it's kind of been, we're in a hiatus.
We'll have it back up here in June.
We'll have it back in June? Okay.
Yeah.
It is April now.
Well, at least by the end of May, I've got other things to attend. I'm going overseas for...
That's right, you're going overseas.
Yeah.
You need a mic or something, man.
Yeah, I really do.
Hook him up with a mic there. Oh, whatever. Anyway, here's a mic. Here you go, Chuck. Here, use this. There you go. I don't know how you're going to plug that in, but
Actually, I'll be
you've
back.
got one?
I'll be back.
You'll be back. Okay, all right. He's going out
Producer
of the room.
stepping out of the room. All right.
All things are going to go bad, can go bad now, will go bad. No. So anyway, though, but Chuck is going to check that out. You can see our site at worldoftheunexplained.com and check out on all the stuff we've got coming up tonight. We do not have a guest book, so we just thought we would rant, rave, and rumble like we do from time to time.
Don't say we don't have one book. Just,
Well, I mean,
we had a couple of people ideas, but no one ever gets back to you.
I don't want to say back out. It sounds worse. But anyway, if you'd like to drop us a line, you can't tonight. Still having problems with the phone system, but you can drop us an email, worldoftheunexplained@gmail.com. And we'll play from there. So how was your weekend so far?
Oh, it was pretty good, man. I had a pretty good weekend so far.
Okay.
Of course, I've been mowing for the last 4 days.
Well,
When you got 3 acres worth of stuff to mow, it takes forever.
I would not want to know. I've only got an acre, and it takes me forever. So the grass just if there weren't for weeds, I wouldn't have a yard. I mean, really. It's like, you see all these wild onions growing and dandelions.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's my yard.
Oh, man.
Without those, I wouldn't have any grass.
Well, see, and I've also been working in my garden. I planted my garden, so
okay.
I'll start bringing some produce to the old studio to give away.
Cool, man. Cool. You got some tomatoes?
Yeah, man. I got tomatoes, onions,
Cucumbers?
asparagus. No cucumbers, not yet. Of course, I got some watermelons and some pumpkins and
awesome
salad and spinach.
You're making me hungry, man. But good stuff. In the world of the paranormal, I see that the movie's out. I still haven't seen it yet. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen it. I keep wanting to go.
Trent saw it,
and I just haven't gone and seen it yet.
Well, it's here in Kernersville, man, for $3. Yeah,
I might have to come out and
we'll
make
spend
a
the
day
$3
of it or whatever, and we'll
catch a matinee.
catch
It was
a
the same
matinee.
price though,
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll have to do that.
Well, see,
Maybe
that way we
tomorrow.
can watch a matinee, and then we could go play golf afterwards.
I played some Friday actually.
Oh, really? Where'd you play Friday?
Same par 3
Par 3? All right, cool.
with Matt. Me and him.
Oh,
went
you
out
took
and-
Matt with you this
I
time.
did, and
Did he whoop up on you?
Oh God, man! He shot like a 72, and I think I shot like a 106. It was just
Hey,
horrible.
you're getting better.
Well, actually, I'm hitting the ball better now. He taught me part of what was wrong with my swing, so I'm learning. It's one of those things where you have to continue.
I'm telling
to
you,
practice.
we got to get Chuck out there with us too, and then we can all have a WOTU experience out there on the golf course.
Yeah, WOTU on the golf course. How scary is that?
Yeah. And for you other guys, I mean, if you want to add anything or have any questions tonight for the show at all, just email us at worldtheunexplained@gmail.com. And we are in the process of hopefully getting a chat room back up on our main homepage, worldunexplained.com.
And get some podcast up. I know got a lot of emails about that. A lot of people want that, and we just haven't been able to get with it. But we will. We're just busy people.
Yeah, I know.
Here comes old Chuckles.
Yeah, that's
Teen
what we
Wolf.
were just talking, Chuck. We got to get you out to the old golf course, man.
Yeah, we'll have a contest here. How many people?
Driving range up first.
Yeah, the driving range, definitely.
Actually, there's a really cool driving range here in Kernersville, North Carolina.
Kernersville, yeah, man, right down the road behind my office. If you guys want to see a picture of Chuck, you can view that at worldunexplained.com. Click on hosts, and I think it's host. Is it host, D?
Let me see. Here we go.
I don't know. It might not be on that front page. You might have to click on one of the other links. But, yeah, if you can pull it up.
Actually, it should be on the About Us.
About Us, yeah, there we go. And you scroll down to the bottom, and you will see a picture of Chuck Browder, who's actually much thinner now.
Doesn't look anything like that anymore.
He looks like skin and bones now, like he's been on cocaine. The Perry Farrell diet, cocaine and wine. But D looks about the same. I'm much fatter. Trent's much fatter. I mean, other than that, though, we look about the same. And you can check that out and email us and tell us if you too think that Chuck Browder looks like Teen Wolf, and we'll. Sorry, man.
He doesn't look like Teen Wolf in that picture, man.
He doesn't.
No, dude, his hair is short. Well, it's
no,
pulled
it's
back,
long. It's pulled
still,
back, but yeah, it's still he's got the cool Teen Wolf thing with it.
He has a trimmed beard in this picture.
That's true. Yeah, not like
not
it is
like
now.
The Taliban kind of thing he's got going on now.
If we only had a webcam, it would be a scary proposition. I've noticed a lot of these talk show hosts are doing that now. They're doing like the live web simulcast.
Either that or they're doing the every 6 seconds of pictures taken of the studio.
Yeah, it's just weird for me. I don't know.
If I wanted to watch a radio newscast show, I'd watch
Fox
the news.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, it just takes something away from it, I think. But anyway,
sorry.
Try to lean it more towards the paranormal. Anything going on in the world of the paranormal right now that you know of that's spectacular? I'm thinking, right now it seems to be a little quiet. On the front. No Mothman sightings or Bigfoot sightings anywhere around that I know of. I did go up there and see the Mothman though. Stood beside the statue, took my picture. They have this giant statue.
Did the eyes glow red while you took the picture?
Well, no, actually the eyes are red. They have this large statue in the middle of Point Pleasant, Virginia, West Virginia, and it's a huge statue of the Mothman. It probably stands 8 foot tall, maybe, but it's got the red eyes and the wings and And we got there. My wife and I got there probably, I don't know. I want to say it was around 3:30 in the morning. This was years ago, and I had booked a hotel room at their Main Street Inn. I forget what it's called. It's a mom and pop hotel. They're in the middle of town, and I had no idea that it was. First of all, that it was a mom and pop type place, but second, I had no idea that they locked up and go to bed. So
wait. So they like lock up everything?
They lock up and go to bed. So what happened? We get there at like 3:30 in the morning because I was playing. My band was playing where were we playing? In Charleston, West Virginia. And so it's late when you're done, and it was a good hour and a half drive, maybe hour. I don't know. It was a good drive from where we were in Charleston to Point Pleasant, and that's the only reason we decided to take the trip because we were close. And it was a weekend. So we rode over there, and I wanted to see what's his name, the guy that wrote the Mothman book that lives there, Jeff Walmsley. We've had him on the show before.
Yeah.
I wanted to meet Jeff in person, and I did. He runs the Mothman Museum there. But when we got there at 3:30 that morning, I was amazed to find that everything in town was completely shut down. I mean, it was just the weirdest. I mean, nothing was open and nothing was on. I mean, it was just like they shut up, and worse than Kernersville, man. I mean, it just shuts down.
What time of the day was this again?
Like 3:30 in the morning.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I go up and I like knock on the door multiple times. Then I call the place. Finally, some like old agitated man answers the phone, and he's upset that I'm calling at 3:30 in the morning.
Did you go, hey man, I'm standing out here on the front steps trying to get in?
Yeah, we made a reservation. I am so sorry, dude. I had no idea. And that was kind of the way it went down. I mean, I apologize. And he came in he actually even had like one of those old nightcaps on when he like showed up in his pajamas.
Oh, wow.
But I felt terrible about it. But the cool thing was when we got our keys to go to our room, they were old skeleton keys. So you took these old skeleton keys and you unlocked the door to, it was just weird. And, supposedly this hotel is haunted as well. And I think Joshua P. Warren and some of the other guys have gone up there to try to, to see, what they could find, if anything.
Now, is that the same place that Josh went to where he stayed there by himself at night?
That's the Myrtle's Plantation.
Okay.
That's in Georgia, I believe. That place is creepy. But anyway, and this place was kind of creepy too. It had some really old stuff in there, and the bed squeaked. Had the old, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So you move, and it's just awful. But so anyway, we stayed there that night, and then got up the next day and went around, looked at the Mothman Museum, and what else did we do? We looked at the Mothman Museum, went around some of the Mothman sites where the Mothman had been seen, and I thought about doing a documentary on it. I think I could do a good job with it, but Eric and I talked about it, but never really did anything with it. However, we are coming out with the Sleepy Hollow documentary one day. So just to let you folks know, when that becomes available, you can get it at worldoftheunexplained.com.
How far along is he in the editing process?
Oh, I don't think he is at all. He wants to do it with me. So he wants to come down here and spend a week or two looking through the footage and picking the right points to
How much
edit.
footage did you guys actually get while y'all were down there? I mean,
I don't know, 5 to 8 hours probably. Maybe more than that. Maybe 10 hours. But,
and you got to try to condense that down to what, 2?
Maybe an hour and a half,
Hour and a
yeah.
half?
Or maybe 2 hours, I don't know.
Wow.
But, it was amazing. Good stuff. But Point Pleasant is definitely a place, if you haven't visited, you need to go by and check it out. And you can get online and, just type in Mothman, and it'll probably bring up some sites. They have every year, I think in September, they have a Mothman festival, which remember we had talked about going to that one time.
Yeah.
And driving up there with all the equipment and broadcasting live and, just having a blast. That may be a future possibility, but as it stands right now, I don't think my September is going to be, free at that point.
Well, we keep, we still wanting to go out around
locally
here, and I think that's something we should really start to try to get together.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends on Chuck. And Trent, you never can get him here. I'm just going to start calling this
Chuck's here.
J. Scott and D show. J and D. JD.
JD.
I mean, seriously.
Bottom show.
It does, doesn't
it?
But,
hey, give me some of that JD.
But, I mean, really, it's to the point where it's just like, trying to get 4 people together to take a little trip, especially some of the ones that I would want to take, out a little ways, like to the Jericho, I can't even pronounce it, what is it, Jebacoa Rock? Jetacoba? You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'd like to go out there. I'd also like to go out to, to the Devil's Tramping Ground and check that out and talk about it.
That's one I would love to go to. But I think we should go somewhere closer. I think we should do Old Salem first.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I can dig that.
We can talk to some of the people at the college or whatever and see if we can actually get into some of the college
I'll be like,
stuff.
no.
What? It's just
No.
an all-girls school. Come on.
I don't think it's an all-girls
It is.
school
It still is at night.
Oh, at night it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, I suppose.
Guys can go during the day, but they can't stay at night.
Oh, man. What a bummer. You remember that song? At the girls' school. Brittany Fox. That was in the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah. Good stuff, man. That was the only... I remember the video, Do you remember this at all?
No.
At the girls' school. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. No, not at all.
Sorry.
We'll have to-
Even Chuck's like, no.
We'll have to YouTube that, see if we can find that during a break here, because you guys will be like, oh my God. Especially when you see the video, you'll be like, oh, this is just horrible.
Yeah, you want to expose us to
I
it.
do. Yeah, I do. I like to expose myself. But did he still not give these to me? I don't think Offit still got me these chapters yet. Oh well. Anyway, the curl school. I'm sorry, it's in my head now. It's hard to remove that. But yeah, take some of those trips out and see what we can find. And
you know what? If any of you guys have actually any suggestions of some place that you'd like to see, us go to or possibly try to get out to, just shoot us an email. At worldunexplained@gmail.com. Just to give us a chance.
We'll look at it.
We'll look at it, see if we can something that we can work out together and do.
And if not, we won't. But
well, I mean, it's just like with our Sleepy Hollow. We were all going, and then all of a sudden, so much of the stuff started coming out.
I still went.
Go. I know you went.
I was the only one.
But you didn't have.
I was the only one.
I know.
Only one.
You didn't have a 4-month-old baby to try to take care of.
That's true. There's the statue. It's a 12-foot tall statue, stainless steel sculpture of the Mothman by artist Robert Roach, located in Point Pleasant. Robert Roach. A guy named Robert Roach makes the Mothman statue.
Yeah.
I wonder how he got insects up there, but I don't know. Well, look at it. See, this is a 12-foot tall stainless steel statue. See, he's got red eyes. That's what I stood beside and had my picture made with. I touched it. I grabbed his leg. Yeah. I'll have to show you the picture sometime. It's good stuff. Oh, me. 1967. This is the January 11th, 1967, and several other times that year. That was when the Mothman was sighted, right before the collapse of the Silver Bridge, when 46 people died there.
Now, didn't someone also say that they thought that they had seen a figure like the Mothman when we just had that last I can't remember the bridge that just collapsed. It was only like a year or two ago.
I'm sure probably someone saw something. I mean, I believe people.
The Minnesota Bridge?
I think was it Minnesota? I think it was. I think it was the Minnesota Bridge. Wasn't that like 2 years ago?
I vaguely remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there was people that reported seeing a dark, red-eyed figure, in that area before, like the day before it happened or whatever.
Well, I think someone had said something about 9/11 too, saying the same thing. The Mothman is a. Hang on a minute. Here we go. Here's where it talks about it. It's the third weekend every September is when they have the Mothman Festival.
Is it anything like the Burning Man Festival?
No.
We all go dance around out in the mud?
2008 Mothman Festival information. Okay, yeah, the 8th annual is going to be held September 19th and 20th, 2009, downtown Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Admission is free. Basically, mothmanfestival.com. They've got some photos up here from the... People dress up like the Men in Black. People dress up like the Mothman.
Is that the artist Roach over there with the dreadlocks?
I have no idea. I doubt it. Let's see here. Here are the pictures, the attractions. Let's look at this. This is from last year's. Let's see here. Linda Scarberry, one of the first to encounter the Mothman in 1966. Tom Urey, I hope I don't pronounce that wrong, the first official daytime sighting, 1966. Faye DeWitt saw the Mothman running beside her car in 66. More eyewitnesses to be announced soon.
Did you ever notice that there's a lot of these in the 60s during free love and,
free drugs?
Free drugs.
They had a Mothman powerlifting contest. DJ Scott's Karaoke. Ghostbusters. Let's see, those three wacky ghost hunters from Ghostbusters will be making their regular appearance at Mothman Festival, posing for pictures, snuffing out any paranormal activity in and around Point Pleasant.
Really?
That's what it says.
So they're, what, Bill Murray? And...
I don't believe that. I really don't. I just don't believe it. I don't believe that they had Bill Murray there.
That's what I was like.
That would really surprise me. I'm just looking through the pictures because if Bill Murray was there,
You're there.
There'd be a picture of it. Well, not only that, but yeah, I'm there. But there'd definitely be a picture of it if Bill Murray and the guys were there. And so far, I do not see any Ghostbusters pics. I mean, I don't know. So what do you think about the Mothman, D?
I think it's just a bunch of hooey.
You do?
Yeah.
What about all these people that claim to see all these things and still say that this many years later?
Because it's just something that everyone else latches onto.
But all the people that saw it?
Back in the 60s? Yeah, a bunch of people saw a lot of stuff hitting acid in the 60s.
You don't think it's possible that this thing actually, I mean, scores of people saw this thing.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm a big skeptic, so, yeah.
Well, okay. Fair enough. Chuck, what do you think?
Good movie.
Good movie.
movie.
But the movie's different from the actual story, though. You know, the movie.
Well, then that tells you a lot.
You know, I mean, the movie. You know, the movie, the guy that's Richard Gere is playing John Keel, and he was, he was like, talking to the thing on the phone. You know, I mean, and that just doesn't happen, and that didn't happen in the real deal. Although there was strange phone calls and stuff like that, but I don't know. Mothman Museum, they're gonna. Let's see, they scheduled, probably announced these scheduled times for Mothman tour bus tours. What is the bus tour? What does it go to? I can't believe I'm talking about this so much.
Me either.
Anyway, we'll move on to something else. What do you want to talk about?
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm drawing a blank.
It's a bat.
Do what? That's supposed to be the Mothman, Chuck.
It looked like a bat to me.
Yeah.
Well, see, and that's my thing. How does this sighting work? They just see a shadowy figure with red eyes?
Well, no, they see a big winged figure with red eyes.
Big winged figure
Oh
with
my
red
gosh,
eyes?
they've got their own MySpace. Mothman Museum.
So, what, I mean, like, I see a large bat or a large, say, bird or whatever flying in the sky, and all of a sudden I'm supposed to say, that's the Mothman.
Well, he's racking it up, man. $3 for admission for 10 and up, and ages 9 and under $1. Group tours welcome. I've been through the Mothman Museum. It's actually pretty cool. I enjoyed it. And there it is. There's downtown Point Pleasant. There's not much in Point Pleasant, by the way. But there's Ohio over there in West Virginia there, and the little river that, splits the two. But definitely an interesting event nonetheless. But, you're listening to World of the Unexplained. Tonight we are taking your emails. worldoftheunexplained@gmail.com. We'll have the phone systems working by next week, I'm told. So, but as for now, we do not. But you can check us out there on the web, worldoftheunexplained.com. And you can also click in. And we're going to be looking around for some more interesting paranormal to bring you. I don't know the whole idea with what's going on in I've been hearing some rumors about something in South Carolina, and maybe we can talk about that when we get back. But anyway, you're listening to World of the Unexplained, and you're listening to us live on KFNX News Talk 1100. We'll be back in just a moment after this.
Hey, everybody tonight. Welcome back to World of the Unexplained.
Well, howdy, partner.
Howdy.
Here's a good word for thought here. Do bad economic times trigger a lack of paranormal activity?
I don't know.
Googling it.
And that's what I think.
I don't know. I tried to find all kinds of stuff. I couldn't find any.
Yeah, there just doesn't seem to be anything going on. But does bad economic times or bad economics lend itself to a much less spirit-rich environment? I
don't know. I saw there was one case sighting of a UFO during some sort of Italian movie that was being shot, but frankly, it was a grainy picture and it looked like a plane.
Well, I don't know. Bad economies. What does that do with psychics too? Do they get less business in a bad economy? I'm sure they do. You don't have that extra.
No, actually, they probably get more business.
You don't
to
have
try
that
to find out what they're going to do, or if they should change their jobs or find a new job, or
Let's see, the difference between an evangelical and a fundamentalist is whether he is angry or not. What are you reading, Chuck?
Well, if any of you guys have any questions or comments you'd like to send to us, send them to us at
worldoftheunexplained@gmail.com.
Yes, that is worldoftheunexplained@gmail.com.
Hang on a minute, Chuck. Okay.
You have to refresh it.
Yeah, phones are down, Ron. Thanks for emailing. But I'm wondering though if a bad economy will suffer the I don't know. I guess the psychics go up because people want to know when it's going to be good for them again.
I guess.
Who else? But the sightings themselves. I know. I guess the guys in the ghost hunters aren't seeming to have any problems with this kind of thing. They're still going out to these places and still encountering things.
Yeah, the weirdest thing I saw recently was actually on their show. Apparently, Grant was having a problem at his own home.
Really?
Yeah, apparently there was something that was bothering I think it was his son, that was like messing with his son or whatever. So they had to they called out the group and did an investigation at Grant's house.
Oh my gosh.
Which was
a little
odd.
I told those guys you keep messing with this stuff, and they know. I mean, they've been doing it a long time.
Well, hey, and Joshua P. Warren told us the same thing. When he started doing some stuff when he moved to his new house, that all of a sudden things started happening around his new house.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
when you let it in, you let it all in.
Yeah, that's true. Bad economy, a boon for psychics. Okay. Well, the psychics are making the cash then, according to CBS.
Yeah. What's the next lottery number?
Exactly.
Well, I don't know, sir. That'll be $20.
I had a friend that actually won $300 and picking 4 or whatever it is on the little $2 tickets you buy here.
Up 25%.
Oh, up 25%, man. That's good. So psychics are answering the call, mostly predicting bad times, but not always.
2012.
Oh, he predicted CBS was going to do very well.
Did he not?
Yeah, I did.
So if I count, $350.
$350 for an individual reading, up to $10,000 a month for corporations. And it says that she has more business than she can handle, including 2 Fortune 500 executives, but she can't say which ones.
It's Trump.
Yeah. Oh my gosh!
He wants to know if he should buy himself another gold toilet.
Another one.
Have you seen that?
I have not. He has a gold toilet,
dude. He is like apartment or wherever he lives in the Trump Towers. His 2 doors to his front of his residence are gold doors.
Really?
Yeah. And then he has a gold bathroom, the sink, everything's gold in it, including the toilet.
Huh.
And then have you seen the little spoof Cash for Gold? It was MC Hammer and Ed from The Tonight Show. Oh, gosh, what's his name?
Ed
McMahon.
Yeah, Ed McMahon.
They were talking about turning in their stuff for
gold.
Gold for cash.
Well, from what I hear, Ed McMahon doesn't really have a lot. Last I heard, he was in bad shape, about to lose his house and everything else.
But it was so funny, dude, because he was talking about turning in his golden toilet for cash, and MC Hammer was turning in his gold sledgehammer for cash.
He has a gold sledgehammer?
No, they were just making spoofs on themselves, because it was MC Hammer.
I got you.
He's got a gold sledgehammer. He's turning it in for cash.
Oh my gosh! Well,
I've seen this over and over again about the psychics.
Well, the psychics are the only ones that are making out good during the bad economy.
Well, you know what? Then we ought to get a psychic on so we can find out what's going on.
That's right. Well, we've had some psychics on, some good ones.
I think the hillbilly psychic
was the best.
Was the best one.
I don't even know if she broadcasts anymore. I don't think she does, but she was very good.
Yes, it was a little creepy, actually.
It was, yeah.
It was really weird, because that was in the old studio, too.
I know. Well, generally, when I say psychic, man, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, even that. Being,
Sure you are.
I mean, because like right before she came on, we had something went wrong with the lights, and the light kept flickering and being all weird. And
And, you know, we've had on a couple, it seems like every time we would have Jeff Walmsley on, I know I'm tying this back to the Mothman for some reason tonight. It'll be Mothman night, I guess. But every time we had him on, there was always a problem with the phone connection.
phone connection, or the board would go weird.
And then we heard some weird noise one night on the other end of the line. Like, Trent got noticeably frightened. I remember that. Noticeably frightened.
It was. It's so funny because it's so like I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but it's just I find it so hilarious when things coincidences like that happen.
Coincide.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's scary sometimes. But you know, it's just that. Well, it's kind of like that book that Malachi Martin wrote. If anyone's unfamiliar with Malachi Martin, he was a exorcist priest that used to work in the Vatican, and he wrote a book called Hostage to the Devil, which is a bunch of different stories about people being possessed and him trying to help them. And I tried to sit through and read that thing. I couldn't finish the book. And I know a lot of other people had the same problem that I've talked to.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, when you're telling us how you were reading it by yourself in a room with only one light on.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the way I read most books. You know what I mean? But you know, it's just I don't know. It's just one of those things where you feel like somebody's looking over. You know, you're always looking over your shoulder. That's the only book that I've ever read. I would say that I had that feeling, and so I decided, you know what, I'm going to put this down. It is a creepy book, and it's like I said once again, it's called Hostage to the Devil. I believe it was written in 1977, and Malachi Martin, God rest his soul, he's passed on. I think in the 90s. He died then, but John Zaffis was a good friend of his, and knew him well. And he's been on Coast to Coast, you know, numerous times. They even have a little CD thing they give away with his stuff, and he's written a lot of books. He was also a friend of the Road Less Traveled author of that. Who's that? Help me out here, guys. Dr. Scott Peck.
Yeah, Scott Peck.
And Dr. Peck wrote a book, the last one he wrote before he died, which expanded on 2 chapters he had in a book called The People of the Lie. And what it was about 2 real-life exorcisms that he was involved in, Dr. Peck. And Malachi Martin was one of the people he had contacted to help him. And it's an interesting book. And it gives the whole download and all that stuff. And just I thought I was interested in reading. But
speaking about John Zaffis as well, you know, that the movie that we were talking about
Haunting
earlier,
in Connecticut.
Haunting in Connecticut, is about one of his cases that he worked, you know, back in the late 80s, I think?
Early 90s, something like that. I don't know. Might have been late 80s. But I've heard Trent saw the film, and Trent said it's really creepy. But he said in all reality, there's nothing from what he remembered. It's not very much like the actual story itself at all. They've just taken. They kept a couple things and Hollywood licensed the rest all together to make it just really something else entirely.
See, the thing is that if they would have done it just like it actually happened from the way John had explained it to us,
yeah,
that would have been a creepy movie.
It'd have been fine. You know, it'd have been fine. What are you reading now? Reality-based? What is this crap?
I don't know, but could you yawn again on
Sorry
air?
about that. New Scientist, bad economy, boon for irrational belief, semicolon, churches and psychics reporting brisk business, irrational belief. What kind of little Nazi website are you on here? Un-American, un-Christian website are you at? Yeah, reasonweekly.com. That's it. There you go.
They halfway agree with you here.
Yeah, they halfway agree with me.
You can't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah, you can. I do it every time.
I feel sorry for your child.
Reason Weekly. Jeez, give me a break.
It does sound like some left-wing website.
Yeah, it does. It does. It sounds too much like a left-wing website. Can't tolerate that. But yeah, I think that, the economy is going to work itself out if the government will stay out of its way. That's basically, who should we blame for our bad economy? I see that question. The Democrats and the Republicans, unfortunately, helped him right along with George Bush and his bad spending policies.
BANKS.
Banks? Oh, yeah.
You remember that guy?
Huh?
Do you remember the guy called up from New York, the porn guy?
The porn guy from New York?
Yeah, you don't remember him? He called up? No, he was an anti-Semite. It turned out he kept referring to the BAN.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
Like
remember
Fat
that now.
Paul.
I remember that. Yeah, it was. He had his own website too. That was kind of weird.
He was a weirdo.
He was a strange cat.
Now, I've got something really funny for you. I don't know where this was at, actually, but apparently a hacker had broken into one of the signs, like road signs that you see, like warning, hazard signs, road things that are,
Detour ahead.
that kind of stuff. And apparently they've hacked it. And they got on here, it says, Nazi zombies ahead, run.
I don't even click on that. That's horrible. I'm not even gonna mention what you just clicked on. That is just that's the bullet train to hell ride, folks. That's awful, Chuck. That is awful. Where did you even hear about this? This is terrible. I'm not even gonna bring up what you're looking at. This is awful. Oh, these people are sick. Look
at how many websites is on.
Oh, I know. That's what bothers me even more.
Action figure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's just terrible. That is just terrible. Oh my God, I can't believe that. All right, anyway. But yeah. But I think it is odd to see that it doesn't seem like there's a lot of paranormal activity going on out there right now. Not even a big UFO flap. Now maybe more out west. They're seeing more in the Arizona area. I don't know. You went out there one time to the Area 51, didn't you?
Groom Lake?
You guys got ran off?
No, I bought a map so I wouldn't.
Oh, you bought a map so you wouldn't get ran off. Did you see the little black SUVs with the tinted windows at the perimeters?
No, that's only.
We also saw the helicopters.
Oh, you saw
Yeah,
helicopters.
I was gonna say that's only when you get close enough to the fence line that they bring out the vehicles.
Drive around and
Yeah,
do that.
yeah. They use
All
the
sorts of motion
the motion detectors. They've got helicopters that fly over, and they actually use those other little.
See, why don't we do that with the borders?
They use that little those little military spy plane things or whatever.
Yeah.
They have those that fly around there too.
Why don't we do that with the border?
Because we're not worried about people coming in.
Well, obviously we are in Area 51.
If only our borders could be that well protected.
I don't think there's any. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in there personally.
It's just a hangar.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's anything to hide.
No, it's just a bunch of hype. I think just to make people,
Oh, the government. Oh, the scary government.
Exactly.
All the aliens are hiding there, just in that one place.
right.
They wouldn't go anywhere else.
And then the government's going, "That's the ticket, man.
That's right.
We'll make everybody."
Nothing to see here, folks. Just some weather
Exactly.
balloons. That's why we've got all the black SUVs and the planes.
It's kind of like it's hyped up, so that way it makes it makes people think that there's something really bad going on over there.
I don't see Chuck went, man. It's like so I guess they sell you maps like a tourist attraction to get you to drive around the area, but not into it. Is that it?
Did you go to the Alien Cafe?
The little alien.
The little alien?
The little alien. Did you go?
Yeah. Actually, my buddy Mike, who you met at my wedding, he ate some of the ketchup there, which he said was off.
The ketchup
The
was
ketchup
off.
was off. How does ketchup off?
It turned like the vinegar separated from.
Oh, that's nasty.
man.
The vinegar separate. Oh, that is disgusting. Yeah. How's the ketchup off? I eat at this restaurant here locally. I'm not going to mention the name of the place, but they have like some kind of like Nazi ketchup because it's not like.
How's it Nazi ketchup?
It's not. It's got a little 8 off on the ground. No, it's just a little picture. No, it's just one of these off brands. I call it communist ketchup actually because it just says ketchup on it, and it's got like a picture of a tomato.
It doesn't say "cats up" on it.
It's just bad. And I think it says, it just says ketchup, and it's got a picture of a tomato, and it's in a red packet, and so I call it the commie ketchup because it doesn't taste good either.
It's because it doesn't have all the sugar in it that you're used to from your other ketchup.
High fructose corn syrup.
Yeah,
that's what I'm missing.
That's actually what you're eating is actually real ketchup.
Probably.
Tomatoes
I don't
and vinegar.
know. I don't know, man. It looks like Nazi. I mean, it just says ketchup on it. That's all it says, ketchup. It's like, why don't you guys buy Heinz like everybody else? I mean, are the ketchup packets really that much more expensive? I mean, I know you get them by the hundreds or whatever, but I mean, why don't you just buy, it's a small restaurant, why don't you just, buy like, I don't know, 15 bottles of ketchup and put them on the table? How hard is that?
Because it's a health issue, man.
How?
Because it sits out, dude.
It's ketchup.
I know, but it's still a health issue as far as sitting out, because people that use the ketchup or whatever, if they don't, that gets crusty or whatever on the tops, and people don't clean them, or somebody's stuck their finger in it to try to get the ketchup to come out.
Oh God, man. You're gonna make me not want to use the ketchup now in the restaurant.
That's why you gotta have, if you're gonna have them, the little squeeze ones, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
But see, a lot of restaurants use the, one just takes you like 12 hours
to pour, and you're beating on the bottom of the bottle with the 57, going, "Oh, I know the trick to this," yeah, and like no one else knows but you. Anyway, I don't know. It's just, it bothers me. Nazi ketchup, or commie ketchup, excuse me. It's about the same though, realistically. Yeah, socialists, same way. Socialism turns into communism. Or Nazism, one of the two. That's all a bunch of isms. Just bad. Ism's bad, except unless it starts with capital. And then it's good. So, I see you shaking your head there, Chuck. You know what I'm talking about. Alien species terrorizing economy. Oh, I love this. Let's see here. 50 students and professors at Mann Library yesterday, part of the library's Chats and Stacks lecture series. Research illustrating the damage caused to local ecosystems as a result of the introduction of outside species. Okay. You were supposed to give me the breakdown here. Oh, they're talking about they're talking about feral pigs and things. Okay.
Real.
Yeah. Okay, I thought it was real aliens.
Are coming as feral pigs.
The aliens are coming, exactly. Have to get a new Paul Revere for this. Blazing the internet instead of blazing the horse, I guess. I don't know what you blaze with, but get in your car, gas it up. The aliens are coming! The aliens are coming! Yeah, driving around your little car, just yelling out the window. People are like, shut up! You
get the cops calling on you.
Oh, yeah, they'd show up. They'd arrest you. Then you couldn't get the message out.
Man, I know this is a little off topic, but
man. Go ahead.
Is the AC broken in the studio or what?
I know,
It must be like 95 degrees in here.
It's hot. It's very hot. It's very, very hot in here. But that's okay. We're almost done. worldoftheunexplained.com, worldoftheunexplained.com, worldoftheunexplained@gmail.com. If you've got any questions or comments or anything like that about the show, we'll be more than happy to answer them for you.
Hopefully.
If we can.
Maybe.
But, yeah, aliens. Definitely strange stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and cut it a little early tonight, I suppose, and let you rock out to actually a song that I wrote not too many years ago. How about that? How's that sound to you guys?
It sounds fine if you could,
if I can get it
if
keyed
you
up.
Actually let the producer, I don't know.
Well, he just doesn't do his job.
Cue that up for you.
Right. Well, go ahead and hit that. Well, guys, next week we'll have someone bright and interesting on. And until then, keep your dial right here. You're listening to World of the Unexplained, and we'll see you guys next week.